Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I'm still bursting with ideas for things to do in my Snotter book, so I'm going to have another go today. Quiet house, I've got the whole house to myself, so I'm probably going to whip through and do a couple of these pages today. But I won't put them all in one video. So the first one I want to have a look at, just to get me warmed up, because it's a nice straightforward one I think. Although these things do have a way of changing as they go along. But this is going to be one of those kind of quite chilled, kind of meditative ones that I quite like to do just to relax. So the prompt is, this is pages 115 and 116. And the prompt says, this is a network. Create an arrangement of intersecting lines going every which way. As always, I want to end up with something, you know, the prompt is just a starting point. As far as I'm concerned, I can do what I like with it. It's my book. I want every page to end up looking colourful and interesting. What I think I'm going to do with this one is to take on a Zentangle or doodle, which I vaguely remember, but I'm going to completely gobble it. So it's a bit of a take on that, and really all you do is crisscrossing lines. But one of the things with Zentangle is that where there's already a line, you don't go over it, you go under it. I'll explain it better as I go along, hopefully. So I'm going to cover these whole 2 pages with crisscross lines. I don't think I'm going to worry about preserving these words, and I'm not going to worry about covering them either. I think they'll kind of fade into the background, and then I'll add the words back in, the title back in later on. Just before I start fast forwarding, I'd better explain a little bit about what I'm doing, though it's not complicated. So each line I'm just going to do a double line like that. Where I come to this line that I've already put down, I don't go over the top of it, I stop. Go underneath it and come out the other side. As you can see, I'm not going to worry about going particularly straight, and I'm going to cross right across both pages like that. Right, so I like the way this is going. I'm going to carry on and pretty much fill the page with these intersecting lines, and then I'm going to probably fill in the remaining gaps with perhaps with circles or something. I might add some colour. I'll have a bit of a think about that later on when I've got all my lines in. So I'm going to turn off the camera now and come back to you when I've finished my lines. Right, well, I've nearly finished covering my pages with lines now. They've mostly been reasonably straight, but some of them have ended up curving. It's amazing, actually, without even trying. You end up with these points where they keep intersecting. So, you know, you get these little clusters. Well, can you imagine if these were roads? That would be the point. You wouldn't want to get stuck in traffic on the way home from work, wouldn't it? Being very careful to follow my only rule, really, which is not to go over a line that I've already done. Other than that, some of them have been thicker, some have been thinner, some have been straighter, some have been more curved, some have gone right across both pages, some haven't. No, I'm just going to have a look and see where I think maybe just I want a couple more down the bottom, because there's a lot of, yeah, space there. Let's just have a couple more here. nice. It's a bit more clustered at this end and a bit more open at this end, and that'll probably be quite nice. So I think what I'm going to do now is fill in all these little blank areas with various sizes of just circles. I'm not sure I want those circles now. Do I just want to fill it in with colour? Changed my mind about the circles. I'm just not feeling that. I think I'm maybe going to go for more lines. Oh, yeah, that's much better. I much prefer that. I think I'm going to change it up. Some of them I'll probably end up filling those in solid black. Some of them are going to be these lines. And I think some of them I'm going to cut out the shapes. It's quite fun, isn't it? So I can't really cut any out on that page because I need to worry about this. I think this page, yeah, that page is blank at the moment. Pop this cutting board underneath. And I'm just going to cut some of these out. Okay, I finished cutting out those holes. I've just put a bit of paper underneath here to stop me drawing on the page underneath. And now I'm going to go through and I'm going to fill in the remaining blank areas with either lines or just solid black. So I will fast forward through and again see you at the other end. So this is quite enjoyable, but I think it's going to take me a little while, so I'm going to stop the film again there and I'll come back to you when I've completed this part. Right, so I've finished up the lines on this page. I'm going to come back and do this page again another day because I've kind of made my hand ache now with drawing lines and things. I actually really enjoy this kind of thing. I find it very therapeutic, but you know, you can have too much of a good thing, so I'll save that for another day when I need a little bit of mindless doodling, and I'm going to carry on and finish off this one. I'm going to use this grey brush pen to just add a drop shadow under some of them, so I'm going to try and imagine the light is coming from above and slightly to the right. So my shadows will all be below and to the left. Right, that's them all done. And oh, missed one. Let's give me a little bit more sort of depth. And then I'm thinking, because I can never resist adding a bit of colour, I think I'm going to go back in with my paint marker in this lovely blue and add colour to these lines. Right. Ah, quite like that. Quite like how you can see through to the page behind, and depending on what happens on there, you know, I don't know what colour might end up coming through. I feel like a little bit of orange would be nice, wouldn't it? Just wondering, a little pop of orange in the form of letters saying this is a network would be fun, wouldn't it? I've just finished that off nicely. Okay, need to turn the camera off while I have a little bit of a think. I've had a little think and a bit of a play with some paint pens on black paper. What I'm going to do is pick up the words again that are already there with this orange paint. I had a bit of an accident when I was experimenting and accidentally splodged the orange, which made me think I want to do some paint splashes on this when I'm done, so I mustn't forget that. So this. So I need a little piece of paper just big enough to go across there. Make a little bridge between those two. And a light net on it. The orange really isn't showing up very well, is it? I might have to go over again with white. We'll let it dry first and then we'll have a think about that. While I'm waiting, I might as well do a bit of this. Try and avoid these bits, but go back over the writing with white because it's just not bright enough. I'm going to just add a bit of white doodling. Oh, let's write the page numbers back in as well, 115 and 116, so this is 116. Right, so I've scribbled all those in with colour and I'm going to use my grey brush pen again to do drop shadows on all of this, and then I think I'm done with this because it's only meant to be a simple straightforward page really. So I'll quickly whip through this and then I'm finished with this page. Again, go and imagine the light coming from there, from above and the right, so my shadow's going to be below and to the left. Right, I think for the time being I'm done with this page. It's quite a simple, straightforward one. Quite enjoyed all the doodling. I might come back and add a bit more colour later. I feel like probably wants to put more orange somewhere, but I think I'm done with it for now, except for just going over that page number again, 116. Let's do black for this other one, 3. Yeah, so that's pages 115 and 116. This is not a book, this is a network. I will pop this on the playlist along with all the others so you can catch up if you would like to. Thanks very much for watching today and I'll see you again really soon. Bye!